Hi, today I will show you how to use Nexus cache for NPM packages. Thanks this, you will be able to download packages from your own server, Nexus OSS server, instead from the internet. That speeds up building the project inside the Jenkins. I'm talking about the Tycho project. So basically it is building up a container with using a Docker with Tycho and Gauch inside. And thanks this, when we are installing necessary packages using NPM, we don't have to waste our time and downloading them from the internet, but instead we will download them from the local server, and the speed is much better because you don't have to waste your time. You don't wait, you don't have any latency, right? You are downloading them directly from the local server, so this is much better approach, much faster. So thanks this, we can speed up building the whole container and running of the test inside Jenkins job. So let's switch to browser. And here is the tutorial that I wrote for you. So I will go through all the steps that are here. So first of all, what we need to do, we need to add repositories, because without them we will not be able to work, and this is something that is needed. So first of all, yeah, we need to create an npm hosted repository. And this is something basic because in npm hosted repository we can store our own repositories. So let's go to the Sonar type Nexus repository, OSS. I have the version 3.68.1, and yeah, so I don't know, probably this is the newest one, and I will guide you through these steps. So click this cogwheel icon here, and after that go to the repository section here. And now what we need to do, we need to click on the create repository button, and from the drop down list, from this list, we need to look for npm hosted section. So scroll down, and here we go, we have npm hosted. So just select it and name it. So we need to provide a name, and I will just use a very obvious pattern, npm hosted, just like that. Leave everything as it is and just create repository. You can then of course allow redeploy or disable redeploy. This controls if deployments of and updates to artifacts are allowed. I will leave disable redeploy currently. Okay, now there is the next step. So we need to add npm proxy repository. So exactly the same step. Go here, click create repository, look for npm proxy, and now we need to provide a name. So obvious pattern, npm-proxy, provide it here. And now go back, we need to provide a remote storage. So just, you know, highlight it and copy this URL and paste it here. And that's it. Everything, you know, you will leave everything here as it is. Everything must be on a default choices here. Actually, you don't change anything here. Create repository, and that's it. This created the repository. And the last thing is to create npm group repository. So go back here, click create repository and npm group, select it, and of course go back here and now copy the npm-group name here and provide it here. And now what we need to do, we just need to select the first one and click this arrow to move it from the left to right, and here we go. And the same with npm hosted, so just like that. And do we have anything else? No, we just click create repository. That's it. And there is a next step. Then we need to create a role with read-only permission. So basically, without this role, our user that we are going to create later will not be able to work. So we need to go to security and roles. So go here and just click here, and now we need to create a role. So click on this button and choose Nexus role. Then we need to provide role ID. So basically copy and paste the role ID from here and paste it here. Role name, so the same, copy paste. Copy paste method is the best in the world. Oh yeah, I'm kidding, maybe not always, but here it works. Okay, fine. Now we need to just in the privileges tab add following privileges. I don't know how it is. I mean, this is a button, not a tab. So now we need to just click on this modify applied privileges, and here we have all these privileges that I mentioned. So basically copy and paste one more time and try to find out. Okay, so we have it, and now we need to choose an option to add. So NX repository view npm add. So basically select this one, and okay, now go back here and select this one, and you know, one by one do this. And okay, get rid of this, select this one, and select view npm browse like that. Here we go. Yeah, so exactly you have this add browse and read. So exactly copy this, and you have the proper permission in this line. So get rid of this. Here we go, and we have something like NX repository view npm and read. Right, here we go. This is it. And then the next thing, browse. So highlight, go back, and yeah, do all of this here and select it. Now go back here, and then this one, and yeah, get rid of this, paste it here, select. Now the next one, this one, and go back. So you need to repeat all the steps to select all these to be able to, you know, to make it work. Just because this role is needed and it has to be done this way. We need to have all those privileges to be selected. Right, okay, and click this one, and the last one is this one. Okay, so click here, here we go, and select it. Now then click on this confirm button, and now you have NX repository view npm add browse read group browse group read hosted browse proxy read. So exactly you can make a very quick comparison between this one, npm view right, add browse read. So yeah, here we add browse read, then we have a group browse group read and hosted browse group read hosted browse, and proxy browse and proxy read. So one more time, group browse group read hosted browse group read hosted browse, proxy browse is here, and proxy read. Okay, so it looks like I forgot to add this one. So select it, go back here, modify, paste it here, select it, confirm, and now it is okay. So yeah, it is good to check that we have all those privileges here. Scroll down, save it. Excellent. So this role is added. Now there is a time to create a user specifically for NPM. So go to security users here. Okay, so go here and create a user in this section to create local user. And now username npm user. So we will click it here. Then we need to provide a secure password for this npm user. Without this password, you will not be able to proceed. We are adding it, and then we will use this user to you know, authenticate via Jenkins, and I will show you how to do it. So the password goes here, and now we need to choose first name npm and then user. So first name, last name is user, and then we need to provide a, you know, email address. It doesn't have to be any real name email address. And okay, by the way, you need to provide the password twice. Here we go, and then go back here, and we have something like a status here. So I should be able to mention about it. You need to select it as active. Fantastic. And now you need to know that there is a next step: assign the role to the new user. Basically, you can do this in this one step. Select this role, assign it here, and just click local user, and that's it. This is everything that you need to do here. Excellent. Now there is a time to perform a configuration in Jenkins. So we need to ensure that you store the npm credential as secret text or username with password. I will use secret text. Yes, because for this example, let's assume you store the username and password as a secret text. So you need to go to Jenkins dashboard, manage Jenkins, manage credentials. So let's go here. I will move it here. Manage Jenkins. Then there is a section credentials here. We'll click on it. Then scroll down, click on the system below, and then click here. And now we have a blue button in the top right corner. Add credential, so click it here and then choose something like a secret text. Now we need to provide a secret, so in our case the secret will be a username, so npm-user. So basically you need to provide it here, and then we need to provide something like ID, Nexus npm user. Description, it can be a Nexus npm username, but basically usually I'm doing exactly the same because I don't want to waste my time. So now you have Nexus npm user, right? Nexus-npm-user. Nexus here in the description, in the name and the description is exactly the same thing, secret text. So here we go. All of it is done. Excellent. So this is added. There is a next step, add credentials. So we will add a next secret text, and it will be, of course, something like a secure password. So I will use this one, and I will put it here and put it here. And now I need to provide my password here. So I will put it here, create, and that's it. So I have a Nexus npm user and npm pass. If you want to modify the user, change this password, right? So npm user, and you can provide npm user here like that. Save it, and the same situation if you want to change the password, go back to global credentials unrestricted, scroll down, select the Nexus npm pass, and there's an option update. So it depends on where you will click it here, but there is an option to change the password, so you can get rid of this and provide it here. So this is the way we can work. So we can always update the password if we will decide to change it. There is no problem with it. Okay, so basically this step is already done, and the next step is to use credentials in Jenkins file. What I did, I have a project in GitLab, and I will click it here, aws-tyco, and inside this project I have a Jenkins files and a Docker file. So Jenkins file is basically also the same on a website here. So all you need to do, copy paste, and there is an explanation for the Jenkins file that is above, and all the steps are explained here, all the blocks, what is doing exactly what. I mean, which part is responsible for what action exactly. And then there is a Docker configuration, Docker file. Docker file is needed to build a Docker container, and also the same Docker file that I'm using here in this aws-tyco repository. Exactly the same Docker file is located here, and also there is an explanation here for the Docker file. So every part of the Docker file is explained, and at the end you have a summary. So create a user specifically for npm in Nexus, assign a role to the user to read npm registry repository actually, store the username and password as credentials, secret text in Jenkins, and pass them as arguments when building the Docker image, and confirm the npm registry file in Docker file is using the username and password in base 64 format. So basically I will show you this one. There is something like registry, and here we have npm group out eho, and we have something like npm user and npm pass. So this is the way we are doing it here. And the last thing is to go back to Jenkins dashboard and click on the project, on the job actually that I created in a previous tutorial. So you need to watch it to find out how it is done. And Basically, you need to build with parameters. Click here. You can leave it as it is, or you can choose Argo CD and Argo CD here. So basically, server and specification file, and click on build, and it should do the job here. Select this and click here and console output, or click on the number and then click on the console output. So here we go. We will go back to dashboard. We'll click here quickly, click on this number also, and click then console output, and you will see the output. It will show you that it is working, and it is building the container now. I mean, it is performing all the steps that are in the Jenkins file. So now you can see it's cloning the repository, then it is using the repository. You can see it is connecting to GitLab sysadmin, homes, developers, AWS Tycho Git, and now you can see what it is doing here. I'm checking the revision, comment the message, update Jenkins file, masking supported pattern because and $npm user and $npm pass. I mean, those variables have to be masked because then we pass variables here. I mean, we pass the login and password here, so we can see stars instead of plain text, so we don't see in log exact login and password, and that is good. This is a secure approach. Then we have something like we save inside the Docker container npm rc file with .npm rc file, and now we pass values into this file instead of using those variables there. So basically this is something that we need to do, and that's it. You can see all of it is already cached and it is done. So it basically built a container and it did the job, and now it is done. So it finished with success. And I will show you something interesting, but I need to show you the command line in my server. Okay, so I will switch there, and here is my command line, and I'm logged into the Docker file, Docker server. And what I'm going to do, I will get rid of the workspace because all of it is saved in this root directory, print working here. And I'm going to do this, I get rid of all the workspaces here, and Docker system prune. I mean, I will clean up the image to show you how it is working. And by the way, I will use ls-lah workspace. So watch command and will observe this directory, and currently there is no directory here. And I will go back to browser here for a moment, and now what I need to do, I will go back to Tycho and I will click build with parameters, and I will click on build. So now I'm testing the AWS website. So in the console output we should observe the situation here. So now it will build from the scratch. So I get rid of the Docker container image that was built previously, because then we can speed up the whole process. It is building up the Docker container image in the first place, right? And after that, when you rerun the test once again and once again and once again, it is using the already pre-built Docker container, and you don't waste time to build the container. That's the reason also. But I would like to tell you that why I'm using NPM cache, because this allows me to build the container much faster than using internet, right? And downloading these packages from the internet. So this is something that is just speeds up my work and speeds up building up the container. And you can see now it is creating the register, so it's connecting that. So I will scroll up a little bit, so I will tell you what is going on. So the cleanup is done, and now I like to clean up the project before I will run. And now you can see it cannot access workspace, no such file or directory still, because it's not built. I mean, what is going on here? I mean, it's downloading all the packages, and now it is downloading the container, it's building up the container, and inside the container it is installing those npm packages. So basically now it should connect to the npm repository in a Nexus, and it should download them from the Nexus server, from this cache, instead of internet, right? So we will look for how it looks like. So we are looking for this cache. So basically, if you will go back to this panel, you can see a request per day. So I just, you know, exceeded the quota, but the threshold is set to 20,000. So understand your usage. So you can click here and you can read about this, right? So how it is done, and already using pro, but still sync usage alert, etc, etc. So basically this is a free version, so I have a limit 20,000 thresholds. But let's go back here, and what is going on here? I will scroll up. So here it is connecting, I mean, it's setting up the registry. Here it's passed the login password into this npm-rc file. Then it connected to the repository npm group. Actually, it is using the registry here, npm group. So I'm using something like this. If you will click this cogwheel and go to repositories, so instead npm proxy, use npm group link. So if you will copy it here, it will open this small window with the URL. So you need to use this URL in the repository inside the Jenkins file, actually, and no, inside the Docker file, sorry. Inside the Docker file, you are defining it, and thanks to this, it is able to connect it. So now it is connecting that downloaded packages. You can see how fast it did. 1 minute was needed to add all this almost 400 packages. So it did the job. Now it is installing, right? Then it is exporting all those things, and you know, it is building up the Docker container. And if you will observe it here, now you can see the Tyco02 TMP and Tyco TMP. So it's creating temporary directories in workspace on a root account in this Docker host. And let's go back here. You can see it's here, right? Tyco, and so it created it. And let's go back here, because this part is much more interesting. And now you can see server IP address. It's connecting. All the usernames, password are hidden actually, and you don't see anything. Here's one executed path. So all those steps were done. Then the whole test went successful and finished success. So all the results went here. If you will click on this number, you have this tarball, so you can basically download this tar file and then extract it, and I presented it in a previous tutorial. Then you can open it and you can see the result of the report and also the logs. And we can also now go back to Tyco for a moment, and we can click one more time build with parameters, but this time I'd like to test Argo CD website, build it, and now it should do the job much faster because the container is already in place. So basically there is no need to waste the time for building up the container, and the whole test should just be executed much faster than the previous one, thanks to this, that the container is already in place and we don't waste our time to build the container from the scratch. But yeah, basically this is something that we are looking for improvement in companies, by looking for improvement in execution of something. So for example, if I can speed up building the container, then if I can speed up performing a test because the container is already in place, so it will use the already pre-built container and it will be able to execute the test much faster. Then you can see all of it is cached here. This is everything that is cached, so you don't waste your time. And now you can see the Docker is running here, and then it is using pattern, and now Argo CD login test. So much faster approach, one execute, one pass, and success at the end. This is working just like a charm. There is no problem with this, and then you can see, yeah, there are directories that are left on this server. But if I will control C and I will show you this Tycho at, if I remember too, you can see it is empty. And if I will use Tycho at TMP also, this one is empty, so it did the cleanup. And to at TMP it's also empty. So basically we have leftovers, I mean empty directories inside the workspace, but there are no files inside of it. And if you will then go to the workspace directory and du-h dot, it will show you I mean 16 kilo, because 4 kilos per directory. So this is a very small size, right? And yeah, so we did the cleanup and everything is working as expected. So that's it actually, right? I hope you enjoyed this video, so thank you very much. Have a nice day or night. Take care. Bye bye.